G'day kids, thanks for tuning in to another Aussie episode. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that way you won't miss out on any of the new videos we put out, and it would certainly make my day. In the meantime, enjoy this video.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Now today on Story Time with Ozzie, we've got a different kind of book to read to you today. Does anyone know what's coming up? The FIFA Women's World Cup is just around the corner. So today we're reading a book that FIFA have put out, and it's called the Kids Handbook, and it's all about the upcoming tournament, the FIFA Women's World Cup. So, FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, does anyone know where it is? That's right, it's in my home country of Australia. It's actually shared with our neighbouring country in New Zealand. So New Zealand and Australia are co-hosting. One of my favourite things, at every World Cup they have a mascot, and the mascot this year is called Tazuni. Now she is a football-loving penguin from the Tasman Sea and the official mascot for the tournament. She's a 15-year-old midfielder who fell in love with football after playing the game on the beach one day. She's set to welcome teams from around the world and show off her skills too. That's Tazuni. How cool is she? And all the way through this book you'll see lots of fun things like this. Find a word, or even this spot the difference. As I said, it's being held in New Zealand and Australia. Now, this city here, does anyone recognise that? That's Sydney. Now, the harbour city of Sydney is on Australia's east coast with its beautiful beaches and iconic landmarks such as the Sydney Bridge and the Opera House. Sydney was chosen to host the final. Sydney's Stadium Australia will also stage earlier knockout round fixtures, while Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne and Perth are all going to host games as well. How cool is that? Now this page talks about the stadiums in the different locations around Australia and of course in New Zealand as well. The thing I love about this page is that it tells you the indigenous names of the cities. So my city here in Sydney, which is over here, in Aboriginal language, it's called Gadigal. And then it says all the names of all the different cities as well in Indigenous language. That's very cool. Now this page tells you about the different stages that the teams will go through. There's 32 teams competing, as I said. They'll go through the group stage into the round of 16 teams, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then the final will be played between the two teams that are still left in the competition. The USA, the United States of America, have won the most Women's World Cup finals. Out of the 8 World Cups, they've actually won 4 in 1991, 1999, 2015 and 2019. So they won the last 2. Let's hope they don't win this year's. I want Australia to win. Go the Matildas. What about you guys? Who do you go for? The top trophies. This one's awesome. That's the Golden Glove given to the best goalkeeper of the whole tournament. The Golden Boot, that's given to the highest goal scorer of the entire tournament. But out of all these awards, my favourite has to be the FIFA Fair Play Award. Now this recognises fair play. Teams must have the best fair play record in the tournament, which may mean they receive the fewest yellow and red cards or committed the fewest fouls. To have a chance of winning, teams must reach the knockout rounds. Fair play, that's a pretty good way to go about your football, isn't it? Or any sport. Oh, history makers. Lots of fun facts here. I love fun facts. And what are some of my favourite fun facts on this one? Well, at 16 years and 34 days, Nigeria's teenage star, and her name, which is very hard for me to pronounce, Ifeanyi Chijin, became the World Cup's youngest ever player at USA in 1999. She was 16. Imagine how good that would be to play in the World Cup at just 16 years of age. And then this other fun fact, Brazilian Mata is the tournament's all-time top scorer with an amazing, or this actually says a jaw-dropping, 17 goals. Can you imagine scoring 17 goals across the tournament? That's crazy. And then it goes through different positions. So we've got goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, different women to look out for from different teams. And then my favourite are the forwards, because the forwards usually score most of the goals, don't they? And if you look closely, my favourite women's football player of all time is Sam Kerr. She's probably the best in the world right now. And yes, she plays for Australia. She is very, very good. Let's just read a bit about Sam. Australia's ace striker Kerr will be gunning for the Golden Boot as her home nation hosts the world. The Matildas captain is already their all-time leading scorer and can boast speed, athleticism and cool finishing among her top skills. This will be Kerr's 4th World Cup tournament and she's yet to turn 30, so she's achieved a lot already. And one of the coolest things about Sam Kerr, not only does she score really cool goals, but she has one of the best celebrations in the whole game. She can do an acrobatic backflip. So make sure when you're watching the Matildas at the FIFA Women's World Cup, and if Sam Kerr kicks a goal, she might even do her signature backflip as a celebration. It's very, very cool. And then there's some more games at the back here. So you've got lots of questions. You can colour in the country's jerseys. That's cool. And this fun one here, you piece together the puzzle. And then it goes through some of the top teams in the world. And of course, Australia is listed in there. Lots of fun facts about each country and different players that are usually standouts in those countries' teams. And then you get to put together your favourite World Cup dream team. So that's your favourite players from all the teams to create one dream team. How cool is that? You can see Tazuni. How cool is Tazuni? And then I love this bit at the back here. So you can go through and mark down all the teams in each of the groups, and you can write who won, who lost, how many goals were scored, and all the different stats. And as the teams progress through the 32 into the round of 16, the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and into the final. And there's some answers. I'm not going to show you those because you've got to figure those out as you go through. But kids, a really, really cool book to help you learn all about Women's World Cup while you're watching the games and in the lead up to this awesome tournament. Kids, get a hold of this one. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Women's World Cup today with Ozzie. We'll see you on another episode of Ozzie this weekend. Until then, stay keen and enjoy the football. If you haven't already, make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new and exciting videos that we put out. Speaking of new and exciting, if there's a video that you'd love to see Ozzie do, make sure you send us a message on our socials, on Facebook or Instagram at Ozzie for Kids. We'll see you again soon, kids. And until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Ozzie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of